You could be the key to helping change lives. Join a clinical trial with Nucleus Network in Minneapolis and be a part of groundbreaking research. Nucleus Network has been conducting clinical research studies for over 15 years. Right now, Nucleus Network is looking for people with moderate to severe kidney impairment to participate in their upcoming clinical studies. If eligible, your participation could help advance research of investigational medications that are being developed to treat a variety of medical conditions. Nucleus Network is offering compensation ranging from $2,000 to $7,000 for study participation time. If you or someone you know has kidney disease, check your eligibility for Nucleus Network's upcoming studies now at nucleusnetwork.com. Your participation matters. Learn more about Nucleus at nucleusnetwork.com. Again, nucleusnetwork.com.
It's time to name the neglect from typical food advice. Welcome to the Find Your Food Voice podcast, hosted by me, Julie Duffy Dillon. I'm a registered dietitian with 20 years of experience partnering with folks just like you on their food peace journey. What have we learned? Well, cookie cutter approaches exclude too many people, and you don't need to be fixed. It's not you. It's not me. It's all of us. Only together we can start a movement and fix diet culture, and we will. Let's begin with now. The following episode is a very special Minisode that may sound a bit different than our usual episodes. Perhaps a bit more rough around the edges. They give you a rare look behind the scenes or take a deep dive on a special topic. We hope you enjoyed this Minisode. We will be back in July with our typical programming. Until then, hit subscribe and say fuck off to diets.
Hi everyone, this is Yeli Cruz, production assistant for Find Your Food Voice. Thanks for joining us for another Minisode. In this Minisode, you'll be hearing from myself and from Rachel and Coleen about what we do kind of behind the scenes of Find Your Food Voice and PCOS Power. So to kick us off, I will walk you through kind of how I put together the episodes that drop in your feeds every day. When we have a typical season, the episodes start off usually with me and Julie sitting down and just brainstorming what like the next month of episodes could look like. If you're a frequent listener, you know that we have kind of like different types of episodes. So we have Diet Culture IRL with Coleen. We have a book club with myself. We have letters from listeners, and we have real life episodes where we have kind of pros and other people come on to talk about just different experiences. And we also just kind of really do whatever feels right, whatever we want to talk about. So Julie and I will sit down and brainstorm what we want that to look like. Once that happens and episodes are in the books and they get recorded, they get sent to our audio editor, Toby, and he puts them together. Now, once Toby is done with the audio editing, they get sent back to me, and that's really kind of where the bulk of my work as a PA comes in. So I will take the audio file, I will upload it to this fancy software called Red Circle, where we essentially host our podcasts, which what that means is our episodes live there and they get uploaded to that website, and then that website distributes the episode to wherever you're listening to it, whether that's Google has a podcasting one, whether that's like the Google one, whether that's Apple Podcasts, or whether that's Spotify or anywhere else that you're listening. So that's my first step usually, is to upload the episode to Red Circle. I also will typically come up with the titles of the episodes. I will also come up with the copy for the description. And then the other big key part of listening to the episode is listening for anything that needs to be included in show notes. So usually anything that Julie or the guest will reference gets added with a little link to the show notes. And so that's the majority of kind of what I'm listening for when I listen through to the episode the first time, when I'm doing that upload. And then once the episode is ready to go and all of that is written, it gets uploaded, it gets scheduled, and I also then put together the little graphic that you see probably sometimes either on LinkedIn or on Julie's TikTok maybe, and I will make our website page. which essentially has all of that same information, but it lives on Julie's website so that it's easily findable on there. And then after the episodes go up, we also try to do our best effort to transcribe them so that they're as accessible as possible. So that's something that I also do from time to time when we're able to have like the capacity for that, which is really great that we're able to do that. That is me. Thanks for listening. I am going to pass it off to Rachel and Coleen, who are actually going to be doing a little interview of kind of each other, which should be fun to listen to. So stick around.
Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for being here, listening to our next Minisode. This is a behind the scenes of the Find Your Food Voice podcast. And I'm here with Rachel today.
Hey, everyone.
And you've heard both of us before, I think, on the podcast in some capacity. So quick overview of that time for me. I'm Coleen, and you may have heard me in a segment called Diet Culture IRL, where I talk about all things diet culture in real life.
And you may have heard my voice on the podcast as well. I have had multiple conversations with Julie all about food and cooking and meal prep and food justice. That is my space. I am an anti-diet chef.
Yes. And you can find both of us on the social medias.
Yes, you can.
So I'm on Instagram. I can't do the talks. Like, I wish that I could, but
it's an effort.
I know that if I get TikTok, like it won't be good for me. Like, I'll just be on it all the time. So, but Rachel's on TikTok and you can find us both. Rachel, what's your handle?
My handle on both Instagram and TikTok is Stay Doughy.
What a great name. Who came up with that?
Coleen came up with the name for me because she's my brilliant friend and marketing guru.
I just love puns. Okay. That's really, really what it is. And my name is Abroad. It'll be in the show notes. Yeli will cover that when Yeli talks about what she does for the podcast too. But yeah, this is so fun. Like, we've never been in the room together recording.
No, so fun.
I love it. What should we chat about? Like, what do you want to chat about what you do behind the scenes?
Yeah, sure. So, like I mentioned, I have been on a few podcast episodes with Julie, but primarily I work with PCOS Power, which is the PCOS course that Julie hosts, and it is an online asynchronous course, and I am the manager of that course. So I make sure everything runs both like administratively and logistically. I am support for all of the members. I hold like weekly office hours, and I'm constantly checking in with members to make sure as they go through the course content that they have all of the support they need. I also, as I mentioned, am a chef, and I'm really passionate about taking diet culture out of cooking and enjoying food. And so I develop recipes that I post in PCOS Power regularly, as well as host online cooking classes for folks who are in the course. What about you, Coleen?
You do so much. What do I do?
Also so much.
Let's see. I am the operations manager at Find Your Food Voice and PCOS Power. And I am also like professional hype woman extraordinaire. So a lot of what I do is meeting with folks and talking through how diet culture has affected them and moving through some of those experiences in one-on-one calls through PCOS Power. So I also, with Rachel, we do this like really fun retreat for PCOS Power, and I host diet culture dropout sessions where there are activities that we move through. I also host meditations. You can't hear it now, but I do have a soothing voice normally.
Coleen has the most relaxing voice, and I tell her all the time if she recorded guided meditations, I would just listen to them to fall asleep every night.
I'm gonna add that to my like tick box of things I want to do in the future, like do like audiobooks maybe, or like meditation. I'm a little sick right now, a little under the weather, so you might hear that in my voice. But what else? I mean, so much of what we do is like truly we call ourselves the dream team. Mm-hmm. Like, we love our team. You're going to hear from Yeli as well. And like, if you haven't already, and like, we just all work really well together.
We really do.
we were asking Rachel's partner, like, what he thought might be interesting in a podcast episode. He was like, what kind of drama do you guys have? And we're like,
literally
we
nothing.
don't have any drama to talk about. Like, we all work so well together, which is a great problem to have, honestly.
Truly.
Yeah, we all are really passionate about like diet, like not diet culture. We obviously hate diet culture, but
smashing diet
culture and like body justice and like body advocacy and like fat liberation. So I think that having that kind of core like value has been really helpful for us all to just like, we pretty much all see eye to eye, and everyone has a different zone of genius as well. So like that helps too. Like Yeli is so organized and like
so good at event planning.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing. And like she's very grounded too. So like when something comes up that we're like, oh, we don't know how to answer this, like Yeli's like, I have a like, here's my thought. Like, what do you guys think? And we're like, wow, brilliant, Yeli.
Brilliant. Solve the problem.
And Rachel is just like, also she's like incredibly calm and like isn't frazzled easily, and just like she comes like into work and is like, okay, like here's what's going on and like here's how I'm moving forward with it. And it's always, I feel like I'm always frantic, and Rachel's like the calm like energy behind the scenes, and I just love it.
But then you have Coleen, who is like the hype woman extraordinaire. She's always so bubbly and positive, and when we're stressed about things, while maybe not as calm, so positive and optimistic, and talks us through the things we need to get done, so everything feels more manageable.
Thanks, Rachel. Well, that's like pretty much our behind the scenes. Like we pretty much like covered it. But if you have questions or want to know more about what any of us does, please feel free to reach out to info@juliedillon.com, and we will answer like any of your questions. And yeah, if you want to hear more from us, and we didn't answer what you wanted to hear, like please reach out and we'll record some more of these. Yeah. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this mini-sode. If you did, could you leave us a review or share this episode on your social media? Doing so helps more people find us, and we want everyone to find their food voice. Bye for now.
Looking for a side hustle that can have a huge impact? Nucleus Network has been conducting clinical research studies for over 15 years. Right now, Nucleus Network in Minneapolis is looking for healthy people ages 18 to 55 to join their upcoming clinical studies, and is offering compensation ranging from $2,000 to $7,000. Get involved today. Check your eligibility now at nucleusnetwork.com. That's nucleusnetwork.com.